It don't come back. Me family them. The Creole Descendant Union Global don't come back with the annual family reunion, Ladida and Geda. And because COVID been tapping for go Canada, the family they not tell say this time waiting for them put together, nothing no go put asunder. So Creole Global don't tell say this time it go be inside Dallas, Texas. Labor Day weekend from September 1 to September 3.
Friday, September 1. Now meet and greet. All this will start 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. All the chapters from different states in the United States of America, UK and I, Sierra Leone, and Canada. Yad Rod.
And when we wake that Saturday morning, sharp 9 o'clock, we all they go to the Embassy Suites Hotel for the symposium and town hall meeting. 9 o'clock Saturday morning. And I did the bookman and they go talk about things we for carry the Creole culture before. That same afternoon day, we get Awujo and lunch on sale. All them good Creole eat. As for the yam yam, they all go there. And soon I know we, Creole man and the hunting business, live Creole culture performance, Gumbe Bodede. As for the net, now Embassy Suites Hotel, now they will all they go meet back from 7 o'clock Saturday morning. Then they na the dinner and dance. They will don't eat well full with the dance Saturday morning.
Ticket for the dinner, they say regular na $100. Bronze na $200. Gold na $300. And you want to make a bar, you go pay $500 for the platinum. Forget the ticket, so we go put the name of the people and when they get you center, we go able to help you forget your ticket safe, ready for make yourself go party that even same day. After we don't enjoy ourselves Saturday, Sunday, we go get that for tell God thank you. The Muslim prayer go take place at the Embassy Suite from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. In Otapio, the Christian themselves go gather for tell God thank you for what you don't do for them all this year. And this will take place now the Frisco First United Methodist Church.
After the church, we will get picnic and tata. Inside there, we go get Bono, we don't forget the banana, we go get our back next year. Before we start our Oti, Yaya, music, go there for make we lose body before we hold road.
So now for book your hotel one time, and for do that, now Embassy Suites by Hilton, Dallas Frisco Hotel, 7600 John Q. Hammond Drive, Frisco, Texas, 75034. And you want to travel by plane, then get motorcar, we will take you from the airport to the hotel for $40. But if you want them for carry you go now all the events then say you done the weekend now $80. So me family them Labor Day weekend when on September 1 to September 3 we inside Dallas, Texas. As KU Texas, the host the KU Global Family Reunion. Now thing will be because all the chapter them all over the world go day for giant together under the Creole culture.
You go colosso, you go colosso. Are you managed to tell you go colosso?
All right, family, una kushe una kabo, una welcome to una Saturday Yad Rod. Me we dey talk to una so una all sabi Theo Morrison. Plenty people sabi me for DJ Million, and we there today with one big alejo. We go come and talk to we about the young people them na salon. And before we go inside this program, better, well, I know say not to me one green consider and talk. Well, we get to other Lailele and Congo body the whole consider na they talk about people them. So I go want for make themselves come and tell una Kushe and Kabo. More tell family them Kushe and Kabo. One time.
Famble them. I'm so glad for come back here so again today. I'm glad you want to join with today. We got plenty for talk about. This will be a lejo within I also with we. Me na Morenike and I did North Carolina.
All right, that's Namorenike and it in the North Carolina, but we now the greatest north, the north of all north. Now we are the biggest one. Then, but More, what in do on here? Not see on here too.
Ronnie, I don't know. I think say there's still all I'm on na whatever Yad Rod he go past. And you know say what about all
Well,
10 minutes past the people Yad Rod.
when see if you laugh me last week with that mommy hold me for why go pick that mommy apple. Well, I think a coconut stick na one game branch. So I didn't go get chance so today. But anyways, we hope you could join me soon. Well, family, one more time, una welcome, una Christian Cabo. This now on a Saturday program where they come to now. Yeah, the old way they for teaching about the Creole culture, waiting Creole people non they contribute to Salon in Go Before One, and all waiting. Then the hope for see Salon for B. Because when Salon they find for we all at the time we go all go able to enjoy with tradition them with culture and then all them thing them we go make we be Sierra Leoneans then. Well, as not don't follow we long time and no say we don't couch plenty people that we don't talk about the history, the good thing them but Salon, but we get plenty more we get for come and buy. So I want for tell una plenty thank you and if you join me don't forget for share the link to other people and so they can come and learn. Today program is special because we get Master Sabi, somebody where they come tell me, but the young people them in that country, they how the country for come together for support them, for battle them, for make them be people them so that we serve a salon we're able for they get great engineers, great minds we go push this country go before bye. I will hand over to Morella More introduce this big allergy where we get. More over to you.
Thank you very much. Fable them. This stranger we will get today, this guest we will get today, na person where I don't know for years. In a friend in a North Carolina, yeah, so where we there. And not only the North Carolina, in a member of the KDU North Carolina chapter. Now a family man, very nice gentleman. He also in this man. I'm able, if I want to introduce him, it will take half of the program. Most of una, beaucoup people know him because it can put thing in YouTube. Una don't see him on YouTube before. He's no other than Dr. Heisey Bull. Dr. Bull, now the founder of Hope for Youth Sierra Leone. Dr. Bull, if I want to talk all thing one know about you, this program go done, you know, even come up. So I pass all thing over to you. Tell Famble them who that you be.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Me people them name na Haisibul and from the Freetown area. But today very important. I come follow we talk about the youths them where they work with Sierra Leone under an organization called Hope for Youth Sierra Leone. We like-minded people them. We all don't join on for say let we not left the next generation of youths them behind. And so now the message that I bring for see how we all go join on for help the youths them. They need help now Sierra Leone.
All right, Fambulem, that's na Dr. Isibul and Asunayagi in voice. Na man way is a bit talk bad and na man way can any side way it day, you don't need to forget mic because the are in voice loud. It like you the pong letter you go hear what they say. Well, it will be a very interesting program because you get plenty way you get for talk and a man way you get sense bad. And you say sense board when they say we can say sense board na then where. Well, today it will come tell we more. Maybe after I don't talk down, we go able to see the need for we as salon people and tinap being the young people. Because the one then we the old, we the old, we the go, we the fade away. And if then young people not get foundation, and obviously we go able for which is safe. But before I go ask Dr. Bull in first question, one for bring I think say they don't release Ronnie. And let it tell people Kushe and Kabo. I be don't tell and say if you know sabi for go na people in yard for the go tea fruit. You get for safful because coconut stick na 1 grain branch, 1 grain stem, 9 go up. You know they go try am na people yard, especially Mami Joke. Mami Joke na Mami we train. In the China is a big karate. So when you tell people in Kushe and Cabo and tell me how you manage free from Mami Joke in problem. Over to you.
Me family una udo and una welcome to the Yad Rod. Family and tuna self no. I no me ever know say na so Yad Rod boku na Atlanta. So why they pass in Atlanta? I didn't mean you want to go happy no to Mami Joke. But you know, na Southana, then they take big. So they make it release me. I don't tell like a DJ Milo they hold on for long. So
All right, all right.
welcome on to the show.
All right,
Welcome, Mr. Isibul, Dr. Isibul.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ronnie. We'll tell God thank you and don't left you. All right. Well, now we go over inside the program, better one. And Dr. Isibul, I'm already introduced you, don't talk about this fine organization where you don't put in place. I remember at Kadi where you begin and the passion where you been there with them, you know, and you really should say yes, you know, one person where you say they do something, you do them. And I see how when I don't grow and it don't spread across the country. I want you tell me waiting move you, waiting at the first thing we took you for CC. There is a need for you able for begin this crusade for help young people picking them, for bring young man and young woman and together, and for help them lay foundation for the future. Waiting movie for do over to you, sir.
Well, thank you very much. So there are two factors actually will move me for start this. One is the fact that all the news they will when they get about we youths in Sierra Leone. Now bad news. Either they don't go burn police station, they don't go kill somebody, they don't rape somebody, that the riots na Tombo, that the riots na my 91, that the feds na McKinney, that the feds na Waterloo. And for me it was troubling because it was all negative press coming out of Sierra Leone about the youths there. And then two, I sit down, I look myself and I realize that myself grew up in a country where 1967 going to 71, women get riots and demonstration and thing them. But I realized that I was a good youth. Even though those things were happening, inside all sudden bad man them in there, them banky, them all them bad man them. We've been there on the ground as good youths. So I convinced myself and other people and say, regardless of what they happen, now Sierra Leone would hear all these negative things about youths and kush and drugs and rape and stuff. I say somewhere in their country, they are good youths. And just like how the Bible says, Sodom and Gomorrah, if you find me two good youths, I will spare the country. So it's that mission that led me to go find 2 or 3 good youths. Let we pray, let God guide them for build a country. So those were the factors. And as God would have it, I don't find over 1,000 plus good youths.
Wow.
So who's time you begin this? Who said you begin this when you like when you just say find 2 youths and I will blah 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 like how you quote the Bible, you know, say we will the cake in a church. But anyways, who's time you begin this? Who's time you find them 2 good youths there where you begin this process where you don't scatter now the country so right now. Who's time you begin?
Yes. So we anniversary date actually on June 14th, and we just celebrate with 3rd anniversary. June 14th we passed, and it was a great celebration across the country. But in 2020, after I don't make plenty noise with 2 set of me, I realized that for sit down and talk about the bad things that would happen at Sierra Leone, we all can talk and because we all know, but we have to come with solutions. And so I call a few people and I say I'm going to have an emergency meeting for Declare Hope 2028, and I will come up with a name for how we will help the youths of Sierra Leone. And surprisingly, I sent out a Zoom link, and I get close to 50 or 60 people who joined the Zoom link. And one thing led to another. We form an organization. And at that point in time, it was like the Pentecost. People begin to say, well, me como Potloko, me como Cambia, me como Bo, me como Moyamba, me como Pujon. I'll reach out to one person in my village or in my town for like we will start this process. And I believed what was happening, but a lot of people did not believe what was happening. And they just think that it was a waste of time. And a lot of people thought it was political guided. And I told them it was spiritual and social. And that, I'm very spiritual, but, to say that God talked to me, I hear a voice, but I had a feeling and something happened in me for change. Nobody can talk to me. Even my family was surprised when I said, I know they do too, so talk to me no more. I say, I'm going to focus on the youths of Sierra Leone. And I say, it's a ministry for me, and I will continue. And it is a ministry. It's truly a ministry. Work where God don't put by me. It's not an easy task, but that's how we started. And we started with 3 chapters. Moyamba, 4 chapters, Moyamba, Pujon, Cambia, and Freetown. I say chapters because people in we kind of meet and say, well, me they reach out to youths them. My cousin or my auntie or my sister in Pikina, the region, and they for start this organization. And that was it. That's how it started.
Dr. Bull, 3 years ago when you start this, you be no say it go big so like how we big so now?
Yes, I believe. And not big yet.
Oh, and not big yet.
Really not big. No, not big yet. It's truly not big yet. Okay. There was something divine, and I don't want to say it's a prophecy. There was something that happened in me that tells me something would come out of this. Okay. Truly, because even my family, I tell me be children and all of that stuff. They say, okay, Daddy, we know if you put emphasis on it, you never give up. I say yes. And the irony of it all, I've never been to Sierra Leone since I started this. Never.
Really?
Never been to Sierra Leone since I started this. Everything
is outside you don't cover, Dr. Bull. You say outside you get branches all over the country.
So in the south, I have branched now every southern region. Bond, Pujon, Moyamba, Bo. In the east, I have 2 strong chapters, Kenema, Kono, and a very loose chapter na Kailan. In the northwest region, I did Cambia, and Cambia, I have several chapters in Cambia alone. I did Potloko, I did Tonkolili. And then in the western area, I did rural and urban, but there are several chapters in each of these areas. And it's growing, and it's the funny thing about it is when you meet up good youth where Ekawakana Potloko, you see what's in the app in the we go by mile 91 and they go set up a chapter. And there's no money. And these people say, oh, the youth can go eat your money, then go this, you go that. Me and you and Ronnie and DJ Morris, who are good youths, who are not about money growing up. I mean, there are youths who come for the money. Those don't last. They touch, then go. But they will come back, then circle around. We also have a Division 2 FIFA team, Hope FC, within Cambia. We don't make to Division 2. They even have a friendly match this week. We have a music industry. So they're producing a lot of music. We have agricultural. Right now, as I talk, we produce a second batch of gari. Probably will produce up to 2,000 packets of gari. Now, Moyamba, right now, they patch the gari because we don't grate the gari. The cassava, we don't strain them, everything. So we're working on that. So yes, right, the chapters, and then are 12 of the 16 districts, we are fully present.
All right, Mr. Bull, as you touch on them, thing and the way when I don't set up, um, how how you dey manage for make sure say all them thing and the way you don't set up, because when we dey talk just now, you dey tell you say, there's some, like, you get youths and the way you can call with, they don't need money, just that they need for belong. You get some and the way they come inside, and now for the switch where they dey, the switch now they then can go hang out, we switch come back then come. So how you wait there where now you put all this together, how you dey able for maintain, manage, and make sure say this thing, the progress they continue. You get people them where you assign na free tongue day. How you, what na the system where you put in place? People go on for know that.
There's no system. That's the miracle. There's no system in place with all of this wonderful work when it happened. Each chapter form an executive, okay? And then they get a free and fair election. All their elections are recorded. They go through the ballot process, people nominate people. Because what I'm doing, I'm trying to teach the kids civics. I'm trying to teach them what a fair and fair election looks like and how to accept outcomes of elections. So the civics, the way they don't learn at school, because plenty of them are school dropouts. I'll tell you that for sure. We'll get a few college students and other things then. But we allow them to empower themselves, okay? We allow the youth, will not micromanage nothing. We allow them to make mistakes, and we go back and correct their mistakes, as long as it's not a deadly mistake. But we don't put on, like right now, I have a youth where 3 of our youths, UNDP, EU, come up with a program for train 50 youths in the country for be peace advocate. Of the 50 youths, 3 of them were from Hope for Youth, one from Kenema, one from Kono, one from Cambia. Out of 300 people who applied, it's 6%. And the youths them want 200 million neons. I'm not even touching it. I don't have any hands in it. But they are part of other groups them where they cluster them by region where UNDP and EU give them this money. And at themselves, they make control this 200 million with 4 other organizations at the Northwest, and we are not doing anything. They are running ideas by me, and I will say, okay, this idea sounds good. Talk to the executive on the ground. Do this, do that. Make sure you document everything. Get your financial secretary to track what you're doing, because this is UNDP, EU money for peace advocacy in the country. And if you empower the youths, they are the future leaders, which is the argument we are making. If you don't teach them how to do things right now, when they get into position, they are going to blunder. Let them make all their mistakes now. Make the whole 200 million for the first time. Some man don't even get bank accounts. And now they go find accounts, say let them put money for them. Some man don't even take the money, put another the other organization account, say, well, now where I need money, wanna give me 4 million, 5 million, 6 million. And to the credit of Sylvester Dauda Kagbo, we are the representative for the Northwest, we win this money with 4 other organizations. He has asked the other organizations them for release money for a chapter to promote peace and nonviolence campaign at Cambia, which they're going to do on Wednesday. This has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with them. We'll not get overhead, we'll not get office space, we'll not get staff, we don't have anything. It's like biblical that Jesus said, go in twos, and wherever you go, say peace to this house and walk. If they drive you, then drive you. If they accept you, it's truly, people ask me, and I don't even take credit for it because I don't think it's my doing. I'm not even on the ground. I'm just regularly sending messages to them and empower each of the chapter leaders. And so let me give you an example. In Kenema, I have the Kenema chapter. They decided, I tell them, I say, every chapter should have a community project, okay? These young men and women decided to adopt the Female Correctional Center. The female prison, that's where they go visit. Regularly, they go visit, they take gari, milk, they take lapa, mata, they take baby clothes because, I guess I was naive. They're picking the way they sentence, we get baby inside prison. Now, Kenema, they go sing with them, pray with them, and They take their own money, buy really nyam nyam, they get as a group, care go. And if we're able, we do have sponsors. Continue Pharmacy, Dr. Fayed Sharif is our biggest sponsor, but I'll come to him later. They visit the correctional prison regularly, and that is their peace. And I could guarantee you, say for this year, begin to now, across the one whole country, Hope for Youth chapters will visit over 100 primary and secondary schools for talk to the future generation about issues like drugs, kush, rape, gender-based violence, prostitution, political election violence. I mean, if you hear the stories on the ground, you would cry for Sierra Leone. You would really cry for Sierra Leone. I would not even dare give some of those instances, but you don't get to hear it because it doesn't make the news. But these kids are on the ground, they see what is happening, and they are so focused on building capacity. Our leaders and our politicians are problems because it's an easy fix. If I could do this from 5, 6,000, 8,000 miles away with no name recognition or affiliation or resources, think about what an MP could do for his constituency. Think about what a political party could do collectively. Think about what the Ministry of Youth could do. They've called me. The politicians have reached out to me, and I've turned everything down because we are non-political, we are non-partisan. And I'm not going to encourage it anyway in Hope for Youth. Because they have the resources, they have everything, they have a ministry in Sierra Leone to deal with youth issues and problems. So that's Kenema, okay? And in Kenema, working with Dr. Sharif, he opened a pharmacy in a Kenema hospital and called me and said, look, doc, I see your young ladies are doing a fantastic job in Kenema. I want to help them. I said, what? He said, I want to hire 6 of the youths. He said, because I've watched them from a distance and I know they have potential. Dr. Sharif hired 6 of these ladies to run this pharmacy with trained pharmacists and pharmacist assistants in October. We not get non-major problem with any of those youths. They are all employed. They work 3 shifts. We have students who work 3rd shift and go to school at university in the morning. That's how we are training them. They work 3 shifts and then they back up their shifts and then they do an amazing, amazing, amazing job. And then we do the same in Bo for the Bo cost recovery, and we just hire another 3 youths where they work at the pharmacy from Hope for Youth. And so it's working. The system is working, and Sylvester Dowda, we just win this 200 million with another group. Just hire. Imagine youths, they hire youths. Just hire 2 youths from Cambia to support his initiative, even though it is short term. Mm-hmm. But you could see where this is going collectively, because these are youths building capacity now amongst themselves. They're not getting no alagba where they confuse them. We're not micromanage their money. We're not tell them waiting for do. Okay, so that's Kenema. In Kono, the youths have adopted the school for the blind, Kondo School for the Blind, on their own. They go clean the school around the perimeter for let the pikin and go able to play, then I go for them, let's snake no better, they go cut wood for them, so they will get enough wood, bring and come in storage, so they cook them, go able to cook. These are community service, you know, go hear na news, you know, go see na LIV, but the youths are doing it. On top of that, the same youths then plant a cassava farm. Now, Kono, because they see what in Moyamba they do. So we go to Bont. Bont is one of our biggest success. Bont is one of the most beautiful districts in Salon. My goodness, I see it from picture. If I retire early, that's where I will end. I'm free from all the noise. But the kids in Bont are so amazing. You know, and it's so beautiful. And it's a district that is left behind. And I feel so sad for this district. First of all, education-wise, I think it's the worst in the world because I'm not going to send any country. Because who wants to go teach in a Bond, and what initiatives are they giving teachers? In the entire Bond municipality last year, I think that 2% number passed for go university in the entire Bond. And those two kids could not go because they don't have the resources. So 0% left for university in the entire Bond. But they're doing such an amazing job. They have done plant a cassava farm. They are working so hard as a group that they go talk to youths, that they do concerts, talk about peace and violence, and so good youths. I wish people could just touch those and talk to them. You would feel the passion I'm feeling because it's connected. The same in Abuja. These kids, they're just looking for leadership and people to help them. And then come Moyamba, where we have this massive Gari farm. And this is a second production. I mean, we have about 10 or 15 acre cassava. The things I'm learning about my country through Hope for Youth, and I learned in a non-civics class, non-geography class, nothing. I did not understand the structure of the village, town, chiefdom, district sequence, the role of the section chief, the this. I'm learning so much about the number of chiefdoms in each district, the role they play for support the municipality. So I'm learning myself, and I'm learning culture that I would not know about, and chiefdoms that I may never learn about. And so for me, it is really, really amazing that, all of these things are happening, and I'm learning. In Moyamba, we have the Afford School for Girls Club, which is really a phenomenal concept. I wish other old girls or schools would focus on taking a group of girls and try to help them to learn about what makes society go right. If you follow the Afford girls, I post a lot of their videos. Every Thursday, they get an assembly where the Afford ladies, also sponsored by Dr. Sharif. This guy spent so much money. He's the sole sponsor of Hope for Youth. We're alive today because of Dr. Sharif. But he is such a young, nice, beautiful man. And they said that sometimes the good you do in life comes back to pay you. When I'm in the teaching at technical school, Dr. Sharif was a student at Prince of Wales, and they can't listen to me. So you could imagine full circle 40 years down the road. And he knows and understands me. So the Africans, yes.
I want to ask a question. Sorry, Dr. Abdul, for cutting.
Sure.
I just want, because I see you mention Mr. Sharif and other people, them, and we know you don't tell me a lot. This Mr. Steph, you're not the only person they learn from this. Mr. You don't tell me so. And I'm sure that listeners then don't learn a lot and don't see exactly the kind of job what the UTR they do, because for handle all them kind of financial responsibility they do and expand themselves their skills and make sure say everything go on, it takes a lot. But now I just want for know waiting at the age range between them people here, because then UTR, because me don't see a lot of time when we can they do radio program na radio tempo 94.9 FM. What people then can come for interview where they say they're not youth, but when you look at them are people that we na good now big adults them also, but then call themselves youth. So I just
Yes.
oh,
Well,
the age
yes. By
average
definition,
age, basically.
I think the UN definition is 15 to 35.
Mhm.
And so what we've done is, yes, we'll take 15 to 35. But anybody who don't pass 35, we make them a youth advisor. Okay? Because we don't want to lose those people. They may have good intentions and good interest, and you cannot turn away somebody who want to provide experience and knowledge. And anybody who want to provide experience and knowledge, you want to engage them. So we make them youth advisors. So those are the people where if something been at the ground, then get for go court case, make barrier or everything. Then person, then the big one them, and then go put the youths them together and say, look, on a Carlo, I can talk to her. So we give them title as national coordinators. We have several of those. We get Miss Henrietta Matthews of Moyamba. We get Pastor Lamin Nakambia. We have several of these adults, we get Alex Vandy of Juba, where their role, and we get Quintilla Pratt of Juba, the senior teacher at collegiate school, where their role is to sit in the background, and if there's a crisis, we jump in. Miss Batabul used to play that role in Freetown, but is just on break right now. So he's helping to coordinate a lot of the activities when there is activities in Freetown, and we do it. And one of the things I could say to you, Mr. Temple, since we started up for youths, none of we youths do not want to get police case.
Oh,
God, thank you for that. God, thank you.
None, man, woman, nobody not get police case.
So the advisor they get age group where they serve the advisor can stop or they can they up
No,
to 65.
we'll not get nobody that age. We get people who are in their 40s, like Brian McConte of Lunge, who are in their 40s. I don't think we'll get anybody with the over 50 we're in a youth advisor, but we'll get people already between the range of 36 and 45 who are actively talking to youths them that the community and enjoying Hope for Youths to do that.
Dr. Bull, I get other question for you. Almost pandem na the one old salon where they pan Hope for Youth when a woman them and them participation level, then they participate just like the boy picking them. How that's
yes. Yeah, so one of the criteria I put that any chapter where they form for get an equal representation of women at the executive. Okay. And then between the president and the vice president, there has to be a male or a female. And to make sure that people with special needs, disabilities should also be included as part of the composition. So any executive will form will not get a good percentage of women. I always send it back. I said this chapter already. And they need a minimum of 25 people to form a chapter. And then from that you get forward. So it has worked well. So in Kenema, the president, Zainab K. Mohammed. In Cambia, the president, Aminata Toure. In Kuto Road, the president, Kajida Toure. Let me see if there's another female president. In McKinney, the vice president, Nene, female, Connell, the vice president. And so that is the criteria, and they do perform. So you could see even from the United UNDP selection of 30 people they selected, we'll get 20 applicants from Hope for Youth. Zainab was selected, Justin Gauja of Kono was selected, and Sylvester Dauda Kagbo from Cambia was selected. And so, yes, females play an important role. And one of the things we teach is gender-based violence. It's rampant in Asalo. Now for bitumen. So recently we get a case of na Cambia where one of we financial sector in boyfriend go beat up. The one whole chapter follow and go hospital. The one whole chapter follow and go police. People could not believe what was happening. The man said force run away. He's scared. He's scared. He ran away, but finally he was apprehended. They brought to the police station. The family all come and beg the woman like they used for big. I know, man say, no, this is an organization case. You have to go talk to the executive and whatever it is. And the man get to understand, say, we're not the bitumen and salon again. Those days are gone. And so we are teaching them. And so now when a member don't see how we treat somebody external, all the members now, like you get plaba with your girlfriend, you know, the touch again, no?
Good.
Because if word come out, now the community say you and a member of Hope for You to beat your girlfriend, it's a no-no. So we are trying to address those issues, and we're also trying to address the drug issues with members then for letting them talk to other people in the community. So yes, to answer your question, Monica, we are doing, because the women them are more at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Any woman when I drop out or when I go to school has probably only 3 professions they could do. Okay? Unlike man, we go do carpenter, masoner, mommy cocker, tote load, do work. Yeah. Woman, if you don't make market, you not go be somebody maid or nanny or cook, or you not go direct to man or be prostitutes, you don't make it.
Yeah.
And if you don't get anybody with give you the starting capital, so you have to eliminate the market first. So the next market's now your body. And if you don't do prostitution, self, you are dependent on man where they take advantage of you because you don't have anywhere to go. So the man them blatantly will treat you anyway, but because you don't have anywhere to turn to, which I'm seeing, these women are forced to be in servitude. It's almost like slavery.
Yeah.
There's nothing being done about it. They are taking major advantage. They bully the beginner. And so that Kenema group that we gave jobs, those kids are really empowered. That they make their salary, they go susu with them join, and I know no man they make advantage by them. 9 of them for the past 10 months, they've all been gainfully employed.
Because
And
Dr. Bull, I mean, really, you just touch on something I will ask you about because with the source of income, because if they do all level care and they work, waiting at them compensation when they get the monthly hour allowances for all. I know say some like now the other branch don't get that money when they don't win. What about the other one they will not get the opportunity they now? How then they run financially for able for meet the needs them and the one they would volunteer, I know say a voluntary job, but the one they would volunteer, how then they get compensation, how they self go able manage their life because we get the woman them we vulnerable as we just say when at three
yes,
source of income no more than we able forget. So how we able for eliminate the negative source of income as we say for make them go able for do well.
yes. So we have a basic principle enough for you. Ask not what Sierra Leone has done for you. Ask what you can do for Sierra Leone. That's the foundation of our theory. We don't have any paid salary. We're not paying nobody stipend. We're not getting nobody money. Period. We don't have it. That's why I say this is all a miracle. I don't know how long the miracle will last, but we've done 3 years of it. And they are supporting each other. And so, like Kono, the first time they did a project, they took the money from the project. So Kono and Bond did that. They did a microcredit. They gave all the women them 1 million leons out of sales of things that they did and shows that they did. 6 groups of women them then cluster them together to do microcredit. That was a failure because the money was not large enough to kick up a business. And a couple of them, because of other needs, out of transparency, I'm saying this, could not pull it up, do not get the business acumen. And so we have to go back to teach them. And if you're doing something like this one, you should have the skill set, you should know what to do, you should have the resources. So we are doing that. In Bond, they did it with success. I think because Bond na island and municipality. The one in Bond is ongoing. So that they turn the money over on projects that they do. So they teach them cooperative activities and sustainability. And I teach them accountability. Una no come to me, can't tell me say Musu or Mari no pay. Una go through an interview process and una look at the type of business before una give Musu and Mari una 2 million leons. And they start for pay after month 4. So it's not immediate. Then turn the money over to month 4, you start paying 20% till you pay it out. And once you pay it out, the business is yours. You carry if not carry you make, if not 5, if not back with the sale. Couple of them have started their own little business. And so to answer your question, Ronnie, we don't give money, we don't give stipend. And I think we're teaching the mindset of the youth for fend the right way, go the right way, not just sit down now. They say Dr. Bull bring 2 million now, we shape and all scatter. And I think it has worked well. And we don't cluster the youths that we believe say yes. Let's come together to work like the Garina what they produce now, Moyamba. We will produce probably up to 2,000 packets. That's 10 million a packet. You're talking about a lot of money. Now, even though we get for buy material, the first time we produced about 700 packets, when we get for buy machine grind the cassava, we're going to get grinder, and rent we go rent. We get for buy a new shifter, a new pan, and all of that stuff, and a small generator. But now we're beginning to get to the point where we will take this money now and do other projects with the youths then, because we know they get nothing. Whatever we donate to the youths, we don't take it back. It does not come back to us. It's filtered through the youths then, and it helps them. And one of the things them they don't build up such a camaraderie, Ronnie, that just like ourselves they do now. If somebody get buried or somebody picking born or something, or they get 40 day or anything, just like we do, it's one of the biggest success of hope for youth that now when you get begging, all my the left what you then do, then go you begging. Or if you pull na do, all man go you pull na do. If you married, all man. So now they don't even get more people that really support them in all aspects. And there's a brotherhood and sisterhood they've developed for life, because these are the same people in the same community. So that has worked very, very well.
Question, Dr. Bull.
Yes.
At least me lucky way from day one, that first meeting where you been called, I been there, the second meeting and so on. But people and they were not one day here, but hope for youth. Now the diaspora and inside Freetown. If now when they hear you, if not now then hear about this, then they want to be affiliated to the one way they closest to them. How then we able contact them? Usai.
Yes. So in Freetown we have several branches. We get Akisi, we get Wellington, we get Waterloo, we get Regent, we get Juba. It's in Freetown. It's one of the most difficult areas in the metropolis. We really the struggle. The chapters they are floundering, to be honest, but they're still in place because say Freetown is hustling, and Pekin and Freetown are more. They get a lot of benefits with schools and programs and activities and NGOs. So they touch and go. They do a lot of stuff like Juba. They do an adult learning program for Makituma and them and people that want to go to school, for learn how for eat right, open bank accounts, do those basic things. Whatever resources they get is for themselves. It's their initiative and all of that stuff. We may try to do that at Wellington, but the school I use, when the Maya say at the America, the money we charge, it got us bankrupt, MIOs and everything. And so we did not pursue it because we did not have a place for the adult education. You deal with a country where you have close to 85% illiteracy, that only 15% of people are literate, probably another 10% of that one are semi-literate. So with a guarantee, we could say 75% of the people in Salem cannot read and write. That is a known fact. So there are things we are doing to help out in those regions and hope for you to teach them basic civics ways. Some never go to school. In some areas that the provinces, people will not believe this. In some chiefdom, they've never had school, even before independence and after independence. No school. You born in a chiefdom, you ever go to school. School not near your village. It's not possible. I mean, we're talking about free education and all of that stuff and quality education. I mean, we have a long way to go. It's a good step in the right direction, not to be critical of it. But how do we reach all these children in villages where if they never go to school, send a 5 miles and get for worker? And the danger of rape, nabush, and gender-based violence, and nothing they come up behind a bomb fee. I mean, people don't send their children, and you have to live subsistence. Your children are your help, not farming. If you take your picking son and go 5 miles school, now you want to get for go plant granite and put it in different cassette and live. You don't have labor because no labor not there around you. All the labor for help you, they drive keke, top up, and Okada. And that's the mindset that we have to see, because all of these youths are into things that are not gainful employment or skills. And we are truly undermining our own economy when we are not having skilled workers. We're not training skilled workers. All the bobo in Okada not to skill work, keke not to skill work, sell top up not to skill. And that's why they all in a parking lot. Mm-hmm. It's really a major problem, and we are not seeing the reasons why we have so much violence as well. It's because of all of these issues, societal issues, that we are ignoring. When they rape somebody in a buff case, we have Dr. Christy Williams, who is connected to our chapter. She's studying in Switzerland as I speak. I hope she's listening. Probably she is on. But she deals with a lot of rape cases. I mean, they rape picking up to 1 month old baby, they rape her. 1 month. Wait till 1 month old baby get where man see. It's common. I mean, if you listen, you don't do presentation to for you to where mama the week money for wasing picking for go school, kindergarten picking they bleed. Somebody don't rape the picking. And it's common to happen in Sierra Leone. And rape and gender-based violence are two issues undermining the integrity and the fabric of a culture. And we have to be intentional about this. So if you go to Rainbow, it's RAINBO, their website, they keep a statistics of reported cases. And the reported cases are alarming for Western area. I mean, these are in the thousands of rape as alone, documented rape. So you talk about the undocumented rape where somebody to go big now with imam and then go big say, yeah, big no be that you be kidnapped from married. And so it's common. And early marriage and I mean, I get picking away with the pay school fee for when I'm adopted ward with the Harvard school. We have like 2 children we pay in school fee for. This was a case where, thank goodness, we have a chapter in Kokuna, and I've got a call from the coordinator and said, Doc, because this Pekin is so brilliant, it's very brilliant. And because of them, we may form a chapter in Kokuna. I don't even know Kokuna didn't have salon until I hear I'm to work for you. So for the chiefdom, they Bramaya chiefdom. See, I'm talking about my chiefdom now. Bramaya chiefdom, now one of the last chiefdom you meet before you go inside Guinea. It's Madingo, so people. So I got a call late on a Thursday night to say, Doc, this Pekin want to talk to you because something they happen. I said, what thing happened? So I got a call and they say, well, they want to put them into forced marriage. And the Pekin say, in our marriage, they want to go to school because hope for you to don't inspire them for go to school. I said, okay. I said, well, I need to talk to the parents. Are they in support of this? They say, no, the parents are not in support. Now the other family members, they want this Pekin for marriage to this Alagba. So I talked to the Pekin himself, they cried at the phone. I said, okay. So I said, let them get control of the papa and the mama, then get the papa and the mama. On a Thursday night, I talked to them and they said, Doc, whatever you could do, help this Pekin. I said, okay. Immediately, my mind went to Moyamba. You see, this is why you need to have connections. I called me coordinator on Moyamba. I said, Miss Henrietta, I said, I have a situation right now where, do you know the principal of Harvard School? And do you know if they have space? So this was school for open Monday in Harvard School. This happened on a Thursday for the school open. I said, do you know the principal of Harvard School? I said, I have an emergency case and I have a brilliant child who I need to rescue. And he says, okay, hold on, Doc. Moyamba and small tongue, go talk to the principal. I'll get on the principal. And so this is to see. I mean, I'm talking about it publicly because the Pekin have to go test. So the principal said to me, okay, say this is a forced marriage issue and we support that in Harvard and we're against those things. So Doc, if you could bring the child, let we examine the child and talk to the child, interview and test the child, we would support the child. So, but the child needs to be here by Monday. I put a call for action. On Thursday, by Friday, I got $1,000. $1,000. I sent money for the coordinator for taking the child overnight because we had to take it because it had serious alagba and I'm one this speaking. So the Messiah sentence have to catch up. So overnight, Saturday night, they left for Cambia and with one, Ghana must go back. So overnight, the whisk come out. The papaka with the Pekin mama left. They will take her to Moyamba. Henrietta, who is the coordinator, play host. Until this day, they play host for this Pekin. They have great relationship. So we in the Pekin there, we go Monday, she went to test, passed with flying colors. They put her straight SS2. Me not know the school. But they sit, next year they sit for go college anyway. She is a prefect now and a house captain. So go sit, he passed the exam. So I had enough money in my hand Border fee was 2.5 million. I paid the border fee. We got for go venture box, buy provision, from shoes to socks to white socks to everything. We bought all the uniform for this kid and enroll him now for school. In 6 months, she became a prefect,
Wow.
which is unheard of now for school. She's in the senior class now growing up. She's the president for Hope for Youth Ladies, and she tells a story to other kids, how successful and how this opportunity and with the pay. I mean, for me, it's my adopted child right now. In report card and all, I'm involved. I talk to the principal. I talk to they call me if he's sick, all thing. And this Easter, we paid for the parents to come visit her for the first time after 8 months. Can you imagine? This child can never go back to the village because
Okay.
because they
Wow.
are locked by where they anytime go get power for Nakando.
Yeah.
So this child is banished from our own village. Even holiday cannot go back. We get for pay for the parents. This is how Sierra Leone is. And we're doing that. And another case we had, and so she's very successful. Another case we had was a case they called me again at night to say, Doc, we have a situation. This is a forced marriage. When they say forced marriage, it's a forced marriage. And same in Kokuna, this was a case where this big picking, me don't know say I go find man bring and kind of house. Saying that the man this way were married. How them pass not pass, me don't know if you been get boyfriend at the tongue, he run away and the man will bring to him people. And the people they say, well, let this grace not come and take the 13-year-old gear to this pass in the UF.
Oh my
So,
God.
so I got the call, and as I have my network also, the information was they were leaving Kukuna to go to Cambia to head out of town. And so I called Cambia for let them call the police station, and they alert the police and social services there, and God so good that the route they take. Once they reach at the parking ground at Cambia, they met the child and this man, police intervened, then take and go. So we had to pay for care for the child, and we pay for bring and come back at the town. The papa now say no one the picking because now they don't bring disgrace to her. So it disown the picking. We have to find a foster parent, pay the foster parent, and I want to congratulate Bata Bull for that because now me adopt na picking day during the crisis where, just to give people credit where it is. And settle that child through that process until we could find all the other alakba. It took us 5 months for go beg the daddy for taking care of the back. And so it's not all about glamour, it's about the reality of what is happening at the ground. And there are many I could sit here and give you from Bo to Kenema to, and the sad part about Hope for Youth is since we started Hope for Youth 3 years ago, I've lost about 10 members. Youths will don't die. And which is what pains me about the health system of Sierra Leone. For me, they hit home, like your boy, the Secretary General of Kenya, Madibo, a heart problem. Now he established his setup, he register Hope for You, do everything, then call me, say he's sick, we'll send money, and they go to this hospital. There's no, get heart problem. In about a week or two, died. I don't lost person at Kenema, I don't lost na Bo, I don't lost na Kono. As for Cambia, about 5 people have died. These are youths died. And it's so common that they're not the cry. Death is so common as I live, my people. People don't get time for cry. Before you cry for Ali, Kaba don't die. Before you cry for Kaba Mariam. And these are young people. All the people who die are under 30 years old. You just wake in the morning and say, this don't die. Ali don't die. I don't get death now. Lungi, I don't get death now. All over. And so some of the reasons I fight is the pain I feel for these people. And there's nobody seeking to help them. Our health system is so poor. Bella woman that they die on top motorbike because they give birth on top bike. Like the little baby don't come. These are realities. These are realities.
That is so sad.
It's a reality.
I got one more question for you. But whilst I ask that question, I know say Tio get something where one for show, one video where one for show. But why see they get the video ready? Make I ask you this question.
Sure.
The people them where they na the diaspora. All what you don't talk so now na the youths them where they do thing and are grown day for them. So we were then at the diaspora, waiting there where we can do for help.
You could adopt a chapter, and that's what I do with people. We get a bank account in America, but for same account, you know, it's a lot of hassle. We get account for Kenema, Cambia get a bank account, the FC get bank account, we could remit money through local bank because we try for them, for let them understand how to manage resources. And truly, I mean, I talk about Dr. Sherif, because you see him all the time on our poster because he steps up with his organization to support. But I have Sierra Leoneans them who consistently every month would send money to a chapter because I don't want to take money because we salon people there because you say Dr. Bull be lose for you money take, which doesn't bother me. But even the last poster where I sent, I put all the chapter presidents, their WhatsApp telephone number. You could send money through Monogram to the chapter president. You could send money through, if you call me and contact me, I will tell you the areas of needs and the areas the way they will do something. And you could specify what to do with your money. You could tell us, say, okay, I send this money when I buy pencil for school, picking them when I go to our elementary school, when I go distribute them. If you get an area. So we have a website, which is Hope #4 Youth-SL Sierra Leone. You go to our website, there's a section for you to make a PayPal, a bank, or a Zelle contribution. We're gonna Wells Fargo Bank we use, and that money directly goes into our account. And I don't touch it. I have an executive body where they monitor all our money, and we put our statements up on the website how we spend it. But if you want, and it's tax deductible, so whatever you send, you get a receipt. You get a letter to say I contributed $500, and with the file with $990 tax to IRS every year, we clean on that stuff. It's very transparent. We not get none overhead. We not pay nobody. Nobody not take money there. So yes, to answer your question, Monica, you could say
call that back. You say Hope, the number 4.
Hope #4 Youths. Okay, SL. Hope. You just it's Hope for Youth-SL.org. It's Hope, the
For
number
you,
4 Youths
SL.
SL.org. Yes, I believe that's what it is. That will take you to the website, and we update it regularly for show you some of the activities, the way the youths that they do as part of that. And then, there is a link there to make a donation or a contribution. But, if you get people in Salo, we can give loans. We could just tell you, say, send them McKinney, this chapter need up, send them Bo, this chapter need up, send them Kono. So the chapters them, and they would account to you how they spend the money. This is not a youth the way they go eat people money. And that's what I'm showing people. We not get any youths then the way, as they say, that chap business and they, but no, they are very accountable for the money whether they send, and they will tell you how they spent it. And it's beautiful that we have those youths in Sierra Leone. The future is, for me, it's bright because there is hope that if we get one or two of the youths here in a parliament, one of the two youths here in a good position, I'm telling you, they would straighten things out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Fambulem, if you watch, we just join with that now, Professor Dr. Isibul from North Carolina, now the CEO and founder for the Hope for Youth Sierra Leone. And I believe because I don't see some people don't begin calling, and then they put statements say, please contact me. This come up from Dalinda Hairston. They say, please contact me to support this group. So people don't call it. Some people don't begin feel move.
Now,
So
my sister, by the way.
Oh, now your sister. Okay,
sister,
all right. Well, how you manage? How you don't tell your sister in they can support before you. Anyways, let me go ahead. So, as we talk, this is careful do about Sierra Leone. Let's forget about the youth. Now look at the Sierra Leone, the foundation. That is what Mr. Isibul in Dream is about, helping to create a foundation wherein, tomorrow we go get first people are way responsible enough. We go say, elect nothing on the table. We ready for work for this, for let it work. Then I want you where pick inside all which you don't see. So many times people like, we can open the talk, even inside fumble. Some people they send money for bill she they see fumble away. Then they do away with the all the resources and they but Mr. Bull able to identify young people and win. Now they look for money. Then they look on how they can be part of this foundation for make Sierra Leone get professionals and tomorrow. People are way honest and serious. So you will don't listen if it touch you. Then again, don't forget for reach out. That's not the site there, Hope for Youth -sl.org. I hope I put them correct. We're not able for no more, and we're not able for contribute for help build this foundation. And one good thing we say, listen, they're not get structures them for say somebody they monitor the day. But these young people are working very hard for ensure, in fact, and they put their own resources, then time for make sure say yes, indeed, this foundation we go make we get better leader than tomorrow. We go make Salon self begin compete with other countries them available. We just need for let people and come together, help with resources and give them the courage to say yes, una can do and I can become better. Well, Fambulem, this is Yad Rod, and now we take a short break. Now we go to the sports center and now we listen to the sports updates from Mr. Daniel Oldfield all the way from Edmonton. Then we go come back for can round up with Dr. Isibol.
Me Fambulem. Una welcome to this first edition of Yad Rod's Sports. We they come to you from the chairman himself, Daniel Oldfield's Corner. Sports, I want to know say, an integral entity, a discipline where they better any country. I can tell now how one of the best president in the world, when no less a person than one of the best in Africa, when I late Nelson Mandela, how he describes sports. Nelson Mandela he says sports get the power for change the world. He say again, sports get the power for inspire. He says sports get the power for unite people in a way where nothing else no go able. Over and above, he say it has a language spoken to youth wouldn't they understand better. So that the greatness of Mandela and say so. So this goes to show the can power with sports care. In the days where they grow up, we people I mean they frown at we forward, put on passports. On already at this platform, be it Theo, Morrison, Morenike, and every your brother. We preso. Myself will not say people I mean the one way or the other, they tell we say let we go study, let we left sport. But I can tell now, the way our sports don't change people them, the way our sports don't change the world, and no easy. We get Babona, we the Liberian Babona Alfonso Davis, them born na refugee camp, Budubua camp na Ghana. Alfonso Davis na Edmonton camp, he began play ball na Edmonton. Direct today, Alfonso Davis na one of the most powerful players in the world. Play for Canada, now they play na Bayern Munich. That man don't turn millionaire overnight. So automatically, in family don't change. Why interview Papa? And Papa tell me, say Mr. Oldfield, say Chairman Oldfield. My advice to parents is that they should encourage their children to, when they do sports, they should leave their job, find time off your job and be with your kids to go on their sports assignments or their program. I say, Derek, today, I'm not getting nothing for cry for because your body do well. Well, today, when at the first day on this program, when at sports, with the focus on with team, the national football team, Nassau, Leon Stars. Leon Stars, then they are part of the the team then at the African continent. So they take part on the Total Energies AFCON 2023 na Côte d'Ivoire. That means Ivory Coast. The competition at the beginning next year, 2024, but the qualifying series they on right now. And I can tell you, I say a 26-man team of players and officials them, where it will be 26 players and about a dozen players of the national football team, Leon Stars. They arrived in Monrovia on Thursday for one of the most crucial matches Salon they ever play. Crucial in the sense that it must be a win-win match. Leon Stars don't get nothing for the past they win the match day. Anything other than win, we don't bow out. We go for wait for next one. But I go na the rundown now. Na Group A na Leon Stars day. We they play against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We na then the second. And we, Leon Stars, the third. So what happened? In the first match, when Leon Stars play against Nigeria, then play inside Nigeria, now Leon Stars first score. Now in the Nigerians then come, then storm back, they equalize and beat Leon Stars. And so this time, Leon Stars, they host them tomorrow. Now the Samuel Cannon Kedo Sports Complex. When I see why we go play there, because FIFA and CAF, we don't frown at the National Stadium na Brookfield, so na the Shaka Stevens Stadium, because of how people they handle and badly. The grass don't well, the hotel they're no good, you know, the hostel no good, and other things they're no good than the stadium scoreboard. Who's the visitor in the day? When I'm really proud of who be the SLBS, who be the report sports that saloon for over 45 years. Then pull that stadium, they treat and don't pull it now. Well, it's under construction now, so we get for the go rent. So right now, I rent to go rent the Escode Sports Complex na Painesville, Liberia. Leon Stars then gave me so crucial to me that, as I say, nothing but a win. Then we see it through. Lago na why I say that this they happen. This are the rankings for the Group A. Guinea-Bissau they lead. They don't play 5 matches. They don't win 3. They don't draw 1. They don't lose 1. Goal differential na 5. And then get 10 points. Nigeria, Super Eagles, the second. They've played 4 matches. They've won 3. They not drawn 98. They don't lose 1. And then get 11 goal differential at 11. Then they get 9 points. Leon Stars, Sierra Leone, the third. We don't play 4 games. We don't win 1. Only 1. We don't lose 2. No, we don't draw 2. We don't lose 1. And we goal differential, now 1. That's no good. So now 1 goal no more we don't score. We now in case so we the drop on this, then the drop on goal now 1 green. Then we get 5 points. Well, Sao Tome and they last, then get they don't play 5 games. Then they don't win nothing, then draw 1, then lost 4. Then the goals were there against them are 17, then get 1 point. So tomorrow, as I say, at the reiterate, it should and must be a win for Leon Stars. Well, I can tell you now, almost players they're waiting at the team right now. We then go with 26 players.
All right, Famulem, that's now the first sport reports we bring come to na Yad Rod. Because tomorrow Leon Stars they play and it go get for the bring more reports as the program they go. So we just say le una yeri waiting the happen as we na Salon people na Salon we come out. So that na Daniel Oldfield from Edmonton, Canada, and they get your own platform na Facebook where na the Daniel Oldfield's corner where they report on sport and any good thing way they do with Salon. So we come back to the program and we bring we host and guest back in the studio. Now we come try for good on better one inside this. We go start again. Dr. Bull, then just report on sport. Tell me a little bit because I know say una get some small I will call them small thing they want to do. We get for do it entertainment and sport, like the music department, and also when I get a hope for youth entertainment, and when I get you talk about the sport. So tell we small bit about this football business. We on a football team wanna get Usa don't play on a form, and also tell we about the entertainment too. I know say yes you've been coming inside today, but you know say me who aid plenty. Say for work with them. Tell me how far in the non-day. You know, unfortunately, if I don't get one or two songs them for play let we hear some more, but we'll go for we come back later. Then we can hear some of them production. So tell we a little bit as we try for round up to the program. Then Moe and Ronnie go come with some of their own question back with them for ask you. Over to you.
Yes, so thank you so very much. So the football are one area where if you get youths involved, one, anybody where they play serious football, not able to do drugs. And it's a way to focus the youths to empower them because they sometimes begin to see, Mr. Oldfield just stated that football is a ticket to success. That if you play, you will go get to the point, get to national level, be recognized, and then before you know it, you're out of the country. Take it seriously, and then they look for lots of groups there for them. And so it was the Cambia chapter that, because Cambia football is big in Cambia, and I may know that. So they start first, they form the team, they begin play friendly match, and then they start on Division 3, and they were so good in Division 3, and thanks to my coach, Coach Abbott, who's doing a very phenomenal job. At Cambia, then do so well, and then Aminata Toure, who's also a FIFA official, is the president of Hope for Youth Cambia. And she was just elected Secretary General of FIFA for Cambia District as we speak. Won the election last week over all that tough man then. And so she's coordinating the team and the team activities, their registration, their FIFA, the bank account. And we get nice uniform then. We all engage, put together, we then get. And they play Division 2 and knockout. And they started with the toughest team. It was a big day. Cambia with our youth, but we lost 2-1. But we don't empower those youths. And the youths, then they do community service. I don't know if some of you may see the time when they go play the tournament, one of the farmers can talk about how he gets when they spoil the farm and they not get labor for help trash the rest where they pick them. Those youths dedicated their weekend and go help na farmer day for picking rest and knock and pull all team and help them. And so they are doing good on that front. And so if you want to support the football team, I'll give you Aminat's telephone number. So you can send money directly for support the soccer team. With the music industry, there's this thing that's where every youth believe that he can be a musician. Somebody sing them up for sing's sake. But it helps them because music, I realize, finally is the medium, is the new journalist of Sierra Leone. I just told I say 75% of the people are the right, and probably 80% of them are unemployed. So nobody's going to go buy newspaper. Some don't even get enough data for read, and some are flip phone and get. So how do they get their message? They get their message through music and musicians, and that is why propaganda they work on Sierra Leone, because it's word of mouth. If I say we need to do this, if you see 2 person talking no more, they don't believe because they don't get no other source to validate it. So we get with musicians that will sing about women, gender-based violence, drugs, kush, prostitution, for votes not for feds, and all of those things, positive music. And we don't buy studio for them. Whether they put together now, because recording is a problem and it costs a lot of money. If I go record now, it will cost you close to 1 million for let somebody digitally put out for you. And the average youth not get that money there. And they're not they recoup that money they even when they pull their song. The way that they make money, that for go sing and dance, that people married, pull that door, then kind of thing, and they give money for them to go and get around. That's how they make money. They don't make money after songs because nothing is copyrighted or protected. We see song come on and get nobody give you and send for. But we put that studio together so that they can go record it free and only hope for youth artists. And right now, we have about 25 artists. So if you go to our webpage, you will see a section where mark entertainment or artists. You will see all the artists there from Bond to Pujaun to Juba to Kono to McKinney, the different artists and pictures. They're all really populate them because we want to showcase these guys to help them. And so those are some of the things that we did do. And for now, we sponsor them with funds for let them go to a studio for pull them peace music on elections and all of that stuff. And if you go to our website, they don't produce several, about 5 songs about election violence and peace. So they do very well in those areas.
I get a question for Dr. Bull. Earlier, Dr. Bull, you talk about I don't remember also district when they make gari. The gari where they make Moyamba, okay. Now for sell inside na the community or na one old salon or na tea where they can export come where we na so safe can buy.
Well, a lot of people will reach out to me for export. I think that's not a good nationalistic approach because I know it will make more money for them. We will send go back. We will reach that point, but for now, it's around Moyamba District, Cambia, and Freetown. We'll bring the Garika and Freetown, like I said before, Jack. It was gone, and I think we underpriced it even. We have packets we made. It's professionally made. Go to a plastic factory. They make the logo. They make the plastic, all team. And then when they make the gari that they put inside the packet, they seal and 2-cup gari there inside there. It's sealed tight. It's clean. So the packets are immediately as soon as they cold where they make them. And so, yes, it's going to be distributed around the chapters then for sale. That money goes back to Moyamba, and we use part of it in Hartford School and Moyamba District for let us continue to enhance whatever programs, because like I said, we're not get overhead, the money they can't make back to it. So let them build capacity. Now they don't build. I mean, sorry to say, last week we even go find somebody in our farm. We don't dig 10 bag cassava Tifam for go. We're ready for go. So the case the police right now.
Wow.
Where somebody will not plan to go harvest 10 bags, yes, because I mean it's 10 acres of land that we planted. And we not even harvest all last year, and we don't plant another 5 acres this year. Now another plot, but somebody go tip, and we do something sincerely. The day will care people and day for go clean for those that begin harvest, so meet back the pack and treat. So it's Moyamba police right now. So, but it's happening.
So the post will go teach on a youth because
the youth, and so the youth go teach the youth. Yes, and but Alagba, yes, now Alagba, one Alagba, now go bribe this youth, say Kasada family, and I go dig for me, I will give you money, but so that they will throw a cage. But we are working on the case right now. But I don't tell them say now youth day now Moyamba day. Need nothing for let go jail because right now you create a hardened criminal. So let we go through this case. Let we deal with the Alagba first where they be and then we could bring and come 90 people Kasada that God. So we can bring and let the case close first. Let the case close first. Let go put some Kasada first for we. Then later we can employ them and pay them and teach them a lesson about that.
That's
because some people are in one grade.
Yes, well, yes. That's the need for hope for youth. It can't teach youth and work and do because you been get hope.
Yes.
So now una don't get her now. You see, God began come two thefts. Now it comes and now they can't get hope.
Yes. Now we get somebody with some people Kasada that go in one grade.
Able pull 10 back in one grade. All right,
10 back in one grade. So.
Let me just give you some information about the program that we get for come inside the KDU Global. Over to you.
Yes. Well, so far for the month of July, we get July 15. We KDU Maryland, they come up with lunch on sale. We then say, let we take fanfare. Let's stay calm and take fanfare. Because then they're not kitchen. Maryland, KDU Maryland, they're not kitchen.
You
So
mean the
they're
noisy,
ready for cook.
you mean the noisy neighbors?
Yeah, the noisy neighbors. Then
Okay.
already, oh, I mean, they say, "Lord, sit, Lord, stay calm, Lord, take fem, then ready for cook for."
Okay.
And waiting again at the kitchen, go be easy because while they look the picture, self, you can tell say then get bitters, then get with palm oil or without palm oil, then get shakpa, crinkle, then get obiata, then get sawa, and all that then they serve there with fufu.
Mm.
Yes, then get rice, then get stew, fish, then get stew with palm oil, then get with oil, then get cassava leaf, cassava bread,
Mhm.
some leaf, then get fish, then get roast beef,
Mhm.
then get pepper chicken, then
Mhm.
get beer, then get olele, then get
All the
okra.
cray I am, all the
All
cray I am in it.
the all day, they
Uh-huh.
already get a
Yes.
better one. So
Mhm.
dia the Fambulelo will support them July 15. It will start 12 o'clock to 7 p.m. Now Good Samaritan Lutheran Church. Now Greensbelt Road, Laham, Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
Then after that, we'll get another one where they come when are the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. Then now KDU Ontario. Now KDU when
Edmonton.
Canada.
Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Yes.
Yes, KDU Edmonton. So then they go be KDU Edmonton the Saturday and Sunday, 28 and 29. Then Ohio, 28, 29, and 30th. So then we'll get business. Then that weekend day, and then two KDU group, then they go get busy. But a different country. But yeah, we go bring updates come as usual. We
Mhm.
will tell you exactly what's in the happen. So let's stay tuned. We will still get information for that 10 day. Then also we get other one way they round the corner. Well, before I reach to September, anything they August, more?
Nothing on the August. August all man they blow for the global.
Okay. August Allman develop more not to August your engagement.
My engagement with KDU Global.
Yes.
Yes, my September 1, 2, and 3
Exactly.
for the engagement.
Mhm.
So September 1, 2, and 3, now na the big reunion. Oh, we go meet now Dallas, Texas. We go forget all the group name, whether you na Creole, you know to Creole. Now for come like Arab skin, like can see how we they display the Creole culture. Then we get people who they talk about the Creole culture. Then we get people who they cook the soba soup them for Creole, bona Creole food them. Then we go get history and we go get the pikin itself, force themselves, they'll display some of their own small knowledge you then get about Creole. So the Orlando will be September 1, 2, and 3. Do not forget, we can forgo church all we go mass last year also. So now for come immediately hold on that masterpiece celebration day. But not forget to remember last week we get Charlie Afner. He say himself go did himself get for go give him contribution. And he come on pong letter can for go for can contribute. So there you know what I miss now for come. They will go down all and we get for can now na New England. We New England now and they the KDU New England. We get for can show now we own style them. Cause we own style different. We get dinner the September 30th. And that dinner day, all waiting required now for the rest like crew. That's all. And also. So if you don't say they wondering for see how crew people like in dress, sometimes why improve your wardrobe Or sometimes you want look one forget no more, you don't tell, say, hey, but all 10 print, all 10 print. Kale can look where they display with the lapa. Come. So we will get all land, and then Sunday we will get for go tell God thank you, we will go church. We will get the Thanksgiving service. Then the week after that, and two me know below August, so September blow no day. All man don't pick up. The Northeast chapter, where comprises of Connecticut,
New Jersey.
New York, New Jersey. Then self go get. Then you dinner on the very weekend, Saturday, then Sunday, then get in church service. So now so get for run the month of September, a very busy. Then after that, we go get KD Florida, where they self then the
5 years.
5 year. You know, we're picking on 5 year. I know it's you because that's any now. It talk, it go tell you where you're hungry, you go eat. Then if you not take time, it go turn in TV on, it turn off, it go look in your channel. Now self then can make phone call online. So 5 year not too small thing. So Florida they don't get a special way they ready for celebrate so with we. And the things all them go handle. Wetin they say self them go get for give for gifts million.
They say all man. Well, last year we been go. We always been go. They been give we gifts. They been give we all picking alligator. So this time anybody they go for go with extra suitcase because they don't mean the big one them and they want all man go get one crocodile for can with.
You don't know. So Mr. Stibul ready, doc. What your crocodile?
I hear you.
Well, the family and this we don't get from me. We'll just play some other commercial for round this up, then we'll get our last word then.
All right, we go play the commercials them at the end. Let me just get to one question more for Mr. Bull. So let's go. And Mr. Bull, my own question where I want to ask. Initially, when you begin for talk, you talk about the reason behind the hope for youth, where plenty of the young people they can always be used for violence and all that thing, and they they into drugs, all that thing, and they because that's a life way, that's a foundation where the political settings or system of a country don't define the youth they as. So we did get election this week. We don't have plenty pressure and tension, political tension. What in your upper youth don't do for sensitize and company youth man them on this political violence or get involved in violence and all that thing, and what you don't do?
Okay, so yeah, we don't do a lot. Like I said, for this election, we don't visit about 30 schools, secondary school, picking them from across all the chapters. That's their responsibility. The artists they don't provide 5 songs. McKinney chapter, they really don't do an amazing job because say McKinney in a hotspot. They did a 5K jogging. They don't do community activity. We don't print T-shirts. We don't campaign slogan. We vote, but we not go fight. So that's the mission is being passed across all the chapters then. And as we speak, because we are part of this UNDP EU peace issue, the recipient of that money, they are active every day. Now, Cambia district, they go in there, put tire shop, marketplace, parking, go on, they go talk to people then. And so it's a mission, it's a task we've given all the youths then across the country for do peace. Today, they do a peace march like in collaboration with some other chapters then. And so we are doing a very good job. It's not going to be enough. The tension is really, really high. And because we didn't go on and they say to everybody, I pray for Sierra Leone. I really pray for Sierra Leone. The people are self-defeated because of the fragile peace. Picking them all, big people them all man defeated. But we are doing fantastic. Next week now, Cambia, we even do a free music concert. That free music concert now for bring people together, listen music, artists, and whatever it is, and for talk to people. Then it's talking to people, youth talking to people, They're gonna radio show, the local radios then, like Kono and Kenema, with the pay for them, they're gonna radio stations, then go talk about peace, about the importance of the vote. We have lots of video skits that we don't do. If you go on our website, we have about 6 or 7 skits that we don't show about what violence could do if you are not careful, and to teach the youth them. So you could end up in a prison or being killed. So all those videos are out there on our website for support. If you go to our election page, there's a page for election. And everything we do, we put a day, but we not put out for the icing of men. These are documented things, because 90% of the youths not able to see YouTube now alone. They don't get money for data. They don't get Android, iPhone, a flip phone, not get WhatsApp. So some of these things all they send has no meaning necessarily. But the youths to youths, and this is why it's important. I mean, appealing to people, and you know, that for country hope for youths. Any church you they say form a youth group and tell us in a youth group, they go to your community, go talk to people. Not to inside church no more, you should don't pray. If you don't have say form a youth group, you should get an old boys association. Let the old boys then go talk to the school picking them. This is not about hope for youths. It's about youths in general as Theo state, and we all get for touch the youths then and for talk to them, because they are volatile, Masario. And I sit here, I'm scared. That's all I could say about what would happen in the next 3 weeks, Masario. I'm very scared.
Okay, more.
But and hope for you it's not gonna make the dent, not gonna make the difference. But if you remember August 10th, where happened, there was nothing happened at Kuto Road. You notice in the Kuto Road Hope for Youth speaking Endo? The target Stewart Street from Church and to each Adelaide Street as a group. One was supposed to not take place na Kuto Road during that August 10 riot, because they hope for youth picking the way they did and decide we get a hope for youth group na Duazak. You know, your effect na Duazak. They stood up and say, this is not going to happen. Let peace prevail. So there are certain areas we are working hard, but the volatile areas, now Waterloo, Junction area, it's a very volatile area that we all have to pay attention to, because if any confusion ever been a salon, that's the hotspot, a salon. Because it's a getaway spot, it's an inroad spot, it's an exit spot. So another will pray for salon, and now we all touch the youth. So Theo, to answer your question, we're a drop in the bucket, but we do the best we can with the people we have.
Amen. Dr. Bull, my final question for you today. Hope for Youth just celebrating third birthday. Also, you see Hope for Youth in the next 7 years for celebrating 10th birthday?
If we continue to empower the youths, my goal is to empower the youths and pull out, because by that time we're going to get youths that we're 30, 40. We're beginning to see potential leaders. My goal is to support this movement for the rest of my life, but my goal is not to lead it for the rest of my life. So to answer your question, I'm building capacity for that very reason. And that's the blessing God gave me, that I've never been to Sierra Leone since I started this. And we are decentralized, which is good, but they know themselves, because last year we all meet in Akono for a second anniversary. The year before we all meet in Moyamba for the first anniversary. The inaugural we all meet in Cambia. But because of the election, I tell them, no, let's all stay where we are and work with our community. So I believe Hope for Youth will go up and down, but I think it's a lasting organization, because those who are in charge of it, they take it seriously, and it's not about me. And I'm trying to pull myself away from it because of this concept of a cult leadership. The youths of Sierra Leone are looking for people they could cling on to. And whatever you tell them, you have to be careful whatever you say. Whatever you tell them, they believe because they respect. And so that's why I'm not making decisions for them. And that's why we are not political. We're making clear, because the entire South, I could say, is SLPP. My entire North, I could say, is APC. My entire East is mixed up. So you have to be careful when you deal with the youth then, because you don't want to fragment a good organization that we don't talk about politics, we don't post politics, we don't support politics, we don't put politics color in any of Hope for Youth forum. And that's one credit I give the youth. They know they do that. 3 years now, we know they do that. There's nothing political in any of our forums. So to answer your question, I'll pray that the youths then will take them upon themselves and lead and probably eventually get a local CEO or president nationally, and that does the BNN support. Because I'm not a youth.
So, Dr. Bull, I want to thank you for the leadership, because leadership, it entails a lot to show how we try not for micromanage all these different branches that we get it, and everything they go on so much successful, so safe, and you get people who ready when they battle you, when they out there and they make sure say themselves, then lead to pay all and they send them for go and everything, and then they see how you do. And so waiting on your message now. For them one they support you endlessly for this 3 years now. They support you, don't get new posts himself who they looks now, self say himself one for be part of that group. Which now
Yes.
message?
I always thank them. I always send personal message to them, because without them, Hope for Youth would not survive. I always thank donors and sponsors. And I could guarantee you in the last 3 years, we've received over $25,000, which is no small feat. People giving $1,000, people giving $500. They're not a repeater, but they could come up and say, okay, I give 500, I give 300, I give 200. And we are so thankful. And I always tell the youths them, who that they give money to them, because I want them to recognize. And there are some people, like for this third anniversary, I did a call for subscription for people and for help the youths then for buy t-shirts and stuff. About 5 people stepped up to the plate, and I told them send the money directly to the chapters then. And we got those people recognized. So our donors are very important. But I want to thank my family. I want to thank my wife, because, boy, if I tell you how much money I've spent, my wife will divorce me sometimes, but she supports it because she understands my passion, that I'm taking a hard-earned money and use it to support youths and groups that I've never met in my life. And she supports that because she believes in this whole piece about giving back to your community. Without my family, even my children, I tell them, when you give me a Christmas gift now, I'm tired of socks and neckties. Write me a check to Hope for Youths. Donate, because we are fortunate to be in the US. It could have been you in Sierra Leone. If that time I go for that visa in 1987 and never received that visa to come to the US, you guys would have been born in Sierra Leone. And luck of the draw, God knows where you guys would have been. So you guys are fortunate because I was lucky. And so there are a lot of people, like I tell people, I was in school with brilliant people, very brilliant people, who, because they never made it out of Sierra Leone, are broken people in Sierra Leone, never got that opportunity. And their children are broken, they are struggling. And every time I think about that moment I went for that visa to come to America, it reminds me that God had a plan for me, and I cannot turn on that mission. And so my donors are very important. They could give, some people give 2020 and not see them again, but it's important. Some people are not really give in 2023, it's relevant. Some people never give, but they will pray for the youth and myself. It's okay. It's not about the money, because the youth negotiation says it's not about it. If that's for money, Hope for Youth not going to exist in 12 districts. There's no way. There is no way. But it's something that I cannot put my hand on, but it's patriotism. So if you are listening and you've contributed, thank you. I mean, I keep calling Dr. Sherif in name, because now he had 9 youths. Now they sponsor most of the events financially from a pharmacy money we get. And I could not hide that. But there are other big time donors than we. If I call them now and say I need for paying a beginning school fee in a Harvard school, without hesitation, I'll get $100. Without hesitation, I'll get 50. And there's some people who give money and say, don't mention my name. So, but we're doing well. Right now, that we account, I think we only have $340 in our Wells Fargo account. But we are doing good. We are happy. And I'm happy, and the youths are happy. But I want to thank you all. I want to thank DJ. I want to thank you, Ronnie. I want to thank you, Monica, for giving this opportunity to bring it to the light that other people could do this. It can be done. Don't listen to the voice of the market, because 10,000 people tell me I'm crazy, that this is not going to work. You're going to fail. They're going to eat all your money. The youths are not better people. They're not a go salon. Folks, it's a lie. It's a lie. There are great, great youths out there. I mean, we may even start, sorry to take your time, with the Lunge chapter. We start a welcome party, okay? Where if you go salon, and they call the youth then they go welcome you in the airport, take your suitcase, then go buy you ticket for you. They go after the old police with barat. Stop them from doing welcoming people. So like DJ Million, they go Salah call, I said DJ Million, they go in the car with Air France, 5 o'clock. 15, 20 people, they meet you. They go take your suitcase, buy something for you, walk out with you, till you go to the bus, take all your suitcase. There's no charge. You just give them $5, $10. They don't care. Just somebody will come overseas. And when the airport authorities start seeing what was done, they stop them. So I wrote a letter to say, okay, we want to do this. We're not illegal. We are NGO in a salon. They register with the district council at Port Local. We are whatever it is. We just want to be welcoming our members. Ying cricket. And so they stopped them, and that project went out. So several Hope for Youth members benefited from it, but they told them they cannot go to the airport because that's Ministry of Tourism and Foreign Affairs duty. So those are some of the issues and challenges we face. They used to, within a period of time, they got about $250, some getting 50, some getting 20, some getting 10 for Christmas. They were happy. They were happy. But the Ministry of Finance and Foreign Affairs and Tourism, they not receive fillers, they don't receive money. They not protect you cannot do. Why are you stopping somebody who's welcoming somebody? Because they wear t-shirts and I hope for youths. Why you stop them? So they stop them, police push them, and they got discouraged and they're not doing it anymore. But we need to build capacity. But I just want to thank you all. It's a pleasure to come to speak about this passion of mine and the youths of Sierra Leone, because I love them so much. They are not perfect, but they are all we have. And 25 years from now, they are the ones running our country. So let's build capacity, and thank you.
Thank you,
All right. I want to say plenty thank you to Dr. Isibul, we Naim, the CEO and founder for the Hope for Youth Sierra Leone. And it don't tell we but in story on how the passion grab and the foundation we don't lay and how far they don't go. This is a real hope, because if Dr. Isibul in one grain able to come up with that dream, and they don't build an empire of youths them, we're ready for do things for nothing, just for better than life. Other people then can grab and do the same thing. We go make. By the time you say 3, 4, 5 years, we don't get thousands, hundreds of thousands of young people. We don't different from the kind of youth definition we give we youth people. So I'm for tell them plenty. Thank you for that good work, and we could go for bring and come more, and me we go for set a special program. The politics they can do. Set a special program with them. For make sure I work with the entertainment side and help them then go they reach out to the diaspora. Hello, myself believe say yes indeed. There are youths in that country we want for compete more so we then get gadget technology in their hand. Then they see how other youths and they do in other country. Then self one for compete. Then just need the encouragement. So one for tell them plenty thank you. We taking time in Saturday. I know say they smell the fufu soup. I know say they can go for go eat now. I see the passing here. I don't tell and say the fufu already. Well, anyways, one for tell and thank you that. Ronnie, you don't smell her?
I smell her.
And so when I had to go to the watch inside people I would know what's in the happen.
Yes.
So Dr. Bull, thank you for where you joined me, and thank you to the Mami way then a kitchen they prepare and give the term say go let you go say waiting you don't do. One for tell you thank you on behalf of Yad Rod, and we hope that plenty we don't watch this program today go tin up and say yes indeed I need for be part of that foundation day for make we get a country in the future we go be free of violence, free of drugs and anything that we bad. So I tell you plenty thank you, and we appreciate all what you don't do, and we go bring you come tomorrow Bambai. So Fambulem,
Thank you.
we want for continue for tell una say this na Yad Rod, not afraid for join every Saturday, and more tell them waiting more Yad Rod ready for do for the saloon community and the Creole culture. Over to you.
Fambulem. We glad you again wanna join with today. And una know say all term na me remember una. If una want for hearing more, una want for see more of waiting we they do ya una subscribe to the channel, una click the like button, una like the video, and also una click that little bell with it. So una get notification when next week they come on, yeah? That's now one. Number two, when una they watch the program, under the comments, we want una feedback. We want for yegi from una. Or if una no want do that, una can email we. We email address na yadroad2023@gmail.com. Una can see on the flash through the screen. So do ya una share this video to una family them, una friends them, co-workers them, anybody who una think say go benefit from this. Or una can post them now una save your link so other people then can watch them. We want for your reform una, we want for make una self be engaged. Okay? We get plenty more guests that will get on to line, wait for come down the road. Una go to see them every Saturday, 1 o'clock. We there so far now. Mina Morenike again.
No, don't forget to, in case they want people who get buried or get married or get
commercial. That is correct. We they do jingles. If una want jingle, una get business the way they come. We they do jingles. If una want for advertise, una get christening, una get anything una want for do, una just reach out to we. Now make with the show now we email address. We go do jingle for una, we go do different commercial for una, we go advertise for una get thing they want for sale. If una get burying safe, obituary, una reach out to we can do all that for una. All on inside this Yad Rod where they do Una not forget to nothing or they won't no can do. Wanna just reach out to we no more. We go talk.
Okay, Ronnie.
the family not forget to do elect you one necktie for good church. We get her. If you in Canada, you can reach out to you go get her and if you in South America.
The Prince necktie them.
The Prince necktie. Prince necktie we know they. So if you in South America, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Morenike, you go get her. And we now make how they sell on $10. Canada, then they sell on $15 because we own dollar in high. So now make we own sound cheap, but at the same equivalent. So they will not forget. And also, I want to thank Dr. Bull. Dr. Bull, let God bless you and your beautiful wife. And also make sure God go make sure una continue for do it una they do good because una don't help a lot of people they una no side and born. Una don't bring hope to them. Then one day we don't turn leaders then sooner than group then their status they all don't change because of that role, that confidence we then get to una give them. Some of them people then they wanna they communicate to. Some of them they not one day talk to nobody with the America. But you they make stranger and they talk to them and they reach out to them. Just for let them get hope, we then able pass to other people there. So let God continue for bless una, let una go able do more and more and more. And the part where I like Paul, because anybody who they go an organization, you go no say you go spend your own personal money most of the time. And we talk self body money where you don't spend. You not feel safe. I don't see the pain in your face. That means to say you do it with love. So let God continue for bless you for do that, sir. The family. So till next week, we will get a new guest them. Me now on the temple. I tell you bye-bye.
All right, Fambulem. So we want for tell una plenty thank you, and not forget for you one for Batu, the Hope for Youth. The site on CMD www.hopeforyouth.sl sl.org. All right. So na indeed so, and you go able for read plenty thing where them put there, and you go go for know more about them. So when I go Batu, the thing that you see plenty thing that we don't do inside that hotel day. If you see the screen self, when they see and they like I say, when they say I'm Hope for Youth, when I go see the entertainment on that day, then get side for go check on the teams, what in and they about, support, financial report, and then put everything that's transparent. And that Dr. Bull, and it's a long time, and then we go salon. All right, and you see, in passion begin from Hope for Children. Now you don't go to youth. So, you never know. It go reach Hope for them, all one them, they all will do nothing for themselves too much. So, yes. All right. So, like I say, one for tell them plenty. Thank you. And Mr. Jonathan Cole from Toronto, they say good job. And plenty other people glad for this. So, family then, next week, we will go inside. Mami Moreni in Yad for go pick that locust. Let God make no catch me. We get for pass through the Yad Rod. We want for tell una plenty thank you on behalf of myself, More and Ronnie, and all the other Yad Rod crew them way una not see it. Then second for begin come. One for tell una plenty thank you. Ekushe ekabo. We appreciate una. Una can go now with the free una now for go eat una fufu and enjoy the rest of una Saturday. Then one way to get barbecue. When they invite we, love with sky for the show hope for we the youth. Now they invite we. Let we say they come. Let we say they can enjoy. So one for town plenty thank you, and we want for Lefuna with the big event where they come Bambai inside Texas. Una kushe and tata. Don't come back, it don't come back. Maybe family them, the Creole Descendant Union Global, don't come back with the annual family reunion, Ladida and Get. And because COVID been tapping for go Canada, the family them don't tell us say this time, waiting for them put together, nothing no go put asunder. So, Creole Global don't tell us say this time it will be inside Dallas, Texas. Labor Day weekend from September 1 to September 3.
Friday, September 1. Now meet and greet. All this will start 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. All the chapters from different states in the United States of America, UK and I, Sierra Leone, and Canada. Yad Rod self-food.
And when we wake that Saturday morning, sharp 9 o'clock, we all they go to the Embassy Suite Hotel for the symposium and town hall meeting. 9 o'clock Saturday morning. And I did the bookman and they go talk about things we for carry the Creole culture before. That same afternoon day, we get Awujo and lunch on sale. All them good Creole eat. As for the yam, they all go there. And soon I know we, Creole man and the hunting business, live Creole culture performance, Gumbe Bodede. As for the next, na Embassy Suite Hotel, na they we all they go meet back from 7 o'clock Saturday morning. Then they na the dinner and dance. They go with eat well full with the dance Saturday morning.
Ticket for the dinner, they say regular na $100. Bronze na $200. Gold na $300. And you want to make agba, you go pay $500 for the platinum. Forget the ticket, so we go put the name of the people now when they get you set. We go able help you forget your ticket safe, ready for make yourself go party that even same day. After we don't enjoy ourselves Saturday, Sunday, we go get that for tell God thank you. The Muslim prayer go take place at the Embassy Suite from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. In Otapio, the Christian themselves go gather for tell God thank you for what you don't do for them. All this year, and this could take place now the Frisco First United Methodist Church.
After the church, we go get picnic and tata. Inside there, we go get Bono, we don't go get the banana, we go get our back next year. Before we scatter, Oti, Yaya, Briefly, go there for make we lose body before we hold road.
So now for book you hotel 110, and for do that, now Embassy Suites by Hilton, Dallas Frisco Hotel, 7600 John Q. Hammond Drive, Frisco, Texas, 75034. And you will travel by plane, then get motorcar, we will take you from the airport to the hotel for $40. But if you want them for carry you go now all the events them say you done the weekend now $80. So me family them Labor Day weekend when September 1 to September 3 we inside Dallas, Texas as KU Texas the host the KU Global Family Reunion. Nothing will be because all the chapter them all over the world go day for giant together under the Creole culture.
You go coloso. Are you man, that's what you go coloso.